Blast number 22. Question number 1. At low tide, 30 centimeters of the white line on the good ship Lollipop shows above the water as she drifts peacefully in the South Seas. When the tide rises by 20 centimeters, how much of the line will be shown above the water? At low tide, 30 centimeters of the white line on the good ship Lollipop shows above the water as she drifts peacefully in the South Seas. When the tide rises by 20 centimeters, how much of the line will be showing above the water? Number 2. Put the missing vowels in the word on answer line 2, then write the whole word below. It is a name given to numbers that tell us the order. I'll give you a hint. There is an I right there. Number 3. Number 3. Reassemble the expanded number in the place value chart, then write it on the answer line. Reassemble the number in the place value chart, and then write it on the answer line. So in other words, this goes in the ones place, and we have how many tens here, and it's not 80 tens. How many tens we put here? Hundreds, thousands, so forth, and then write that answer on the number line. Number 4. For questions 4 to 7, write each amount of cents as dollars and cents. You will need to put in zeros as placeholders in sum. Remember that the dollar sign and the cents sign are never used together. So in other words, 5 cents, what does that actually look like in decimal form? What does 5 cents look like in decimal form? Number 5. What does 30 cents look like in decimal form? What does 30 cents look like in decimal form? Number 6. This one we have 205 cents. So what's that going to look like in decimal form? 205 cents written in decimal form. And number 7. 1,705 cents is written as what in decimal form? Number 8. Up here, number 8, put the missing number in the addition pattern on line 8. So look at the pattern and figure out the next number. Number 9, put the missing number in the subtraction pattern on line 9. So this one's going down, so what's the number going to be here? Number 10 through 13. Number 10 through 13 are dealing with this sweet map on your paper. They relate to a street map, and such maps are found in books called street atlases. The map is part of a city. It is drawn to scale, where 1 centimeter is actually representing 100 meters. Grid lines are not usually drawn on such maps, as they can then clutter them. You could imagine if they put those everywhere, these grid lines. But we put them there to help you a little bit better find the target or the intended box easier. So this box right here is a little bit different than when we graph. This whole box right here is A1. This whole box right here, A2, so forth. All right, question number 10. What building is located at point 9G? So find 9, find G, where do they come together, and what building is there? Question number 10 again. What building is located at point 9G? Number 11. The dotted line shows the route of the Stockton Ferry from Stockton to Queens Wharf. Write the reference box location of Queens Wharf. Number 11 again. The dotted line shows the route of the Stockton Ferry from Stockton to Queens Wharf. Write the reference box location of Queens Wharf. It's your dotted line. Number 12. Which landmark is in position 7J in Edward Park? Which landmark is in position 7J in Edward Park? Number 13. Which building is located at 1E? Which building is located at 1E? The next 4 questions are about the speedometers on your sheet. All speeds are in kilometers per hour. Question 14. Which speedometer would most likely be that of a person driving on a highway? Which speedometer would most likely be that of a person driving on a highway? As a reference point, 1 kilometer is equal to about 0.62 miles. So like 40 kilometers here, you would times by let's just do it by 0.6. So if we had, in this case, 40 kilometers times by 0.6, that would be about 24 miles. So that person is, hint, hint, not driving on the highway. Question 15. Which speedometer would most likely be that of a person driving in a supermarket parking lot? Which speedometer would most likely be that of a person driving in a supermarket parking lot? Number 16. Which speedometer would most likely be that of a person driving in a school zone? Which speedometer would most likely be that of a person driving in a school zone? And number 17, which speedometer would most likely be that of a person driving around the suburbs, or around the town, in other words? Number 17, which speedometer would most likely be that of a person driving around the suburbs? The last 3 questions are about the story problem on your paper. The story problem reads, Tom has a newspaper delivery route. The route is 8 kilometers long, and he makes deliveries every day. How far does he travel on the route in 1 year? So that's the total distance right there. Question number 18. What is this problem asking us to find? Is this problem asking us to find A, how far does he travel on the paper route in 1 year? B, how many days are in a year? Or C, how many papers does he deliver in a year? Question 18 again. What is this problem asking us to find? A, how far does he travel on the paper route in 1 year? B, how many days are in a year? C, how many papers does he deliver in a year? Number 19. The next step in problem solving is to ask, how can I find the answer? Which operation symbol or symbols would you use to find the answer to this problem? And number 20, actually solve it. If you need, there's workspace, and then put your answer line on number 20. Peace out.